Man, Cindy, we're up here at the Indiana State Fairgrounds, right? This is a Renfro production that's going on right now. The Boat Sport and Travel Show. Now, in years past, I know they always had the Motorcycle Expo was up here. Sometimes it was the first weekend, other times it was the last weekend. But due to, the whole 2020 thing, there's still these motorcycle shops, they don't have enough inventory to even be able to come out here yet. So one more year without an expo, but I've heard there's other motorcycle things going on up here.
There are. I've heard there is. I know that what is it called?
Abate?
Well, Abate's here, of course, but Southside has their...
Pioneers of motorcycling in Indiana. That's right. So what do you say we get a look? I'm going to look at some boats too because I like boats. I like all this stuff.
I like travel trailers.
I like trailers. I like traveling. I like it all. So, we're going to take a look, see if we can find our friends from Southside Harley-Davidson, see if we can find our friends with Abate and whoever else is out here. Before we get going, though, I just want to say thank you, Crambo's, out on US 40. It's the Texaco-looking building right there on US 40, just west of US 231 in the Greencastle/Manhattan area. Crambo's, thank you so much. The great paint work you guys do, your mechanics that you have there on the shop, all your accessories, and what you do to support the motorcycle community in central Indiana. You guys go above and beyond the call of duty, and thank you so much for being a sponsor of the Steel Horse Thunder show now for, going on, I think, 11 years. So thank you guys so much for what you do. Cindy, what do you say we take off now, leave the boats for a little while, and go find all of our motorcycle hooligans?
Let's go. All right, you guys are here at the expo, if that's what you call it now.
Yeah.
Tell me about this Muscle Motors. Is this a shop?
We are a total bike shop. We got new dirt bikes and we have all used street bikes. We are located in New Lisbon, Indiana. We moved from Newcastle, so we're in New Lisbon, Indiana. Come see us. We have the best prices in the Midwest. $6,900 out the door for 2012. That's about how our prices are. So this is Allison. She's one of our girls.
Yep.
So how's it been being up here? Have you guys been
It's been
really
slow.
busy?
Today has been busy. The whole week's been slow, but we're getting
after the snow last weekend.
It took us 3.5 hours to get home last weekend.
It was a long time to get
Yeah. So
it's really cool. So you guys are in Lisbon?
New Lisbon.
New Lisbon.
Where
exactly is that?
It's right off 70 in between Newcastle and Richmond.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exit 131.
Yep.
So it's a big shop?
We're my husband and I, so yeah, it's a smaller shop. So
you're the owner?
Okay. No, well, my husband's the owner. Yeah. So, but yeah.
Well, I like talking to the owner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he should be here anytime. He had to close the shop, so.
You guys have great prices, though.
We do.
So if somebody wanted to get a hold of you, how would they do that?
You can look us up on Facebook, so RD3 Muscle Motors, or just go to RD3 on Google.
Okay. So, all right.
Awesome.
Well, thank you guys so much for talking with us.
Thank you.
All right, man. Up here in Indianapolis, got the Boat Sport Travel Show going on. We're in the motorsport area. We are in the pioneers of motorcycling right here. I'm looking at a really cool Indian behind me, and I was told that you've actually been on this bike before.
Yes, I've ridden this bike for 40 years, and my dad gave it to me when I was in high school, and he said, well, if you can make it work, you can ride it. So I took that as a challenge, and I got it running. And then I took it with me when I was in the Navy to Florida, repainted it and redone it. This bike's been repainted for about 33 years, so it's not a fresh restoration. I put a lot of seat time on it. And
I was going to say, just tell me a little bit about this bike.
It's a 1936 Indian Sport Scout, and 1936 was Indian's 35th anniversary. They got started in 1901, and in that year, Rody Rodenberg from here in Indianapolis went from cross country from New York to Los Angeles on a bike just like this one in just under 72 hours. And the roads weren't really great at that time.
So you're going to say just under 72 days.
72 hours he rode cross country on it.
Wow.
And then just 2 years later, the Indianapolis Indian dealer, Rolly Free, went 111 miles an hour down Daytona Beach on a bike just like this. And he was riding on the sand, and it was a two-way run, and there was a 17-mile-an-hour crosswind when he did it.
Wow.
So he set that speed record just
cow.
2 years later with a bike, very similar to this.
That is crazy. Now, have you raced?
I have not raced this bike, but they were a very popular race machine that won Daytona, won the other races at the time. And so this would have been the kind of bike that was raced. They just take the headlight and fenders off and they go racing.
That's kind of how it was back in the day, isn't it? So you've got to be pretty thrilled right now with the way the flat track racing series is going with Indian. Just absolutely. I mean, let's face it, Harley owned that for so long.
Competition is always a good thing.
And to bring Indian back and then all of a sudden just come back dominant, I think it's the best thing that ever happened to Harley Davidson.
And it challenged Harley Davidson to change their technology.
Time to change, time to step it up a little bit. And like you said, that's what you need. Competition. That's what it's all about, man. Is to keep each manufacturer doing better and trying harder. And I love it because I'm a huge Indian fan now. Not that I don't like Harleys. I got 2 Harleys in my garage. So all you Harley riders out there, okay, I got 2 Harleys in my garage.
I like them both.
But I'm just a huge fan of motorcycles because I've got a Honda in my garage as well. I've got an old Buell in my garage. But
back in the day, there was the rivalry as well, and they operate differently. You'll see this has a gear shift on the right-hand side, which means that the throttle is actually in your left hand. And the right-hand grip turns too. It's a spark advance, and so you end up rolling both throttles in to make it go. You both the throttle and the spark advance, and you back them both off. But a Harley, the shifter was typically on the left-hand side and had a right-hand throttle, more as what we're used to today.
All right.
And so just the differences in the way they operated kind of made, for differences in, the rider's preference. So
it's just super cool. And I just love seeing these in here, man. Thank you so much for bringing this up here
welcome.
For talking to us today. Yeah. And I hope you get to share this story with as many people as you can while they're up here today, especially the young ones. Have you seen many younger ones coming through here?
Well, we do, and we have a part of the booth where they can get on the dirt bike and get their picture and get a kind of a feel for being on it.
Super cool.
And that's how I got started. Was
exactly.
When I was barely old enough to push this around, and we would take them out to display, and I was a little guy and I could handle the Scout. And so it's a little small for me now, but I still enjoy.
You're a pretty tall guy.
I still enjoy the
right on. Oh, thank you so much.
First love.
Big shout out to Crambos. Chris Crampy, world-renowned painter. They have Harley mechanics. They have all the accessories, the bells and whistles that you need for your motorcycle. They do great tire sales there, and they have some really cool attire. Get your swag at Crambos. US 40 over in Greencastle. That's right, it's the Texaco building, 6.3 miles west of US 231, right off of US 40. You know what they say, Crambos, they'll get you noticed.
All right, Sugar, tell me about the Motor Maids because I know that you've been with them forever.
Yeah.
How long have you been with them?
I finally got my life, and that's at life member is 10 years, and now I'm heading on my 20th year.
Wow.
So, but I didn't know anything about them until I saw them at a racetrack. And then I went in and asked Bob Schultetti, and I said, what are these girls,
Right.
And he said, well, there's a couple I know, I'll send them in, and they did, and it was awesome.
They got you hooked.
Oh yeah, that was it. I mean,
So as a Motor Maid, what all do you guys do? Because I know you guys go to a lot of different places and do a lot of stuff.
every year we have a convention, and it's like a different place every time. And this year it'll be real close to home. It's, what is that? Anyway, it's over in Ohio. Okay? So there, a lot of them come in, and it's all over the United States and in Canada. and now we're about 1,500 strong.
Wow.
So we have a big parade. If there's any kind of things that we have to vote on, that's when we take care of that and everything.
That's really
So,
cool.
yeah.
So, did you get into the Motor Maids because you wanted to be with a woman's group?
Yeah. That was mostly it. And when I got in there, it was all kind of already planned out.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to worry about, where am I going to meet this one? Where am I going to meet that one? And it still is that way.
Now, do you guys do rides together, like all
All
together, just
the
ride?
time.
All the time.
All the time. In the summer, like we're going over to Richmond, Indiana, and we're doing a Dot Robbins. She was the one that started Motor Maids. And we're going to go over there and do a Dot Robinson Road Run. And that's when you can't go over a speed like 30. Mm-hmm. You can't go, and it's all timed also.
Oh, wow.
So, and you don't know the route. You're just there with a piece of paper and they say, turn left on this road, and I'm going, oh my God. But
that should be fun.
Oh, it's always fun.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
So you guys have a big group here in Indiana, though.
Yes, yeah. There's, I think, about 70 now.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty good for them.
Well, and it's nice for you guys because you guys can all get together. You can ride together.
Oh, yeah.
You can talk about motorcycles.
Yeah.
Men don't always want to hear the woman's side of riding.
I know.
So
I know. Shug, my husband, when the day we got married, I said, I need you to teach me a ride. And the first year he did. And the way he did it is put me in a cornfield and said, this is where you go and this is what you do. And I said, okay, if you don't do it, you're going to fall down. And I said, okay. But anyway, it's for the whole time. I've never had a man, though, say, some of the girls say they did, but I've never had a man say to me, you don't belong on a bike. And, the older ones than I am, which, they said, back when they were riding, like when Dot Robinson rode and did the gypsy tours and things, she would beat the guys on the gypsy tours, and that's playing games on your bike, so, and they didn't
want her.
No, they didn't want her there or anything, Then there was a very nice woman from Indiana, Vera Griffith, and she was one of the charter members. And she did a lot to help out the Motor Maids too. And she also did things for her community, and that was even better.
Yeah,
so
that's pretty cool. Well, it's been so cool talking to you. I love the Motor Maids. You guys do. I think you guys are awesome. Get together and ride all the time.
Yeah.
If I have more time, I'd probably join you up again.
Yeah, that's what you need to do.
Know, when I have more time.
Well, I'll tell you what we do. Every month we get together and we'll choose a restaurant we want to go to, and we call it the Girls' Night Out. So next time I'll give you a call. I still have your number. I'll give you a call and say, we're meeting here, so why don't you come and join us?
Oh, that sounds like a good idea.
You can bring your husband, but he like Shug and all the other ones, they go sit at another table.
Oh, that's funny. So I know you guys do have where people come into the Motor Maids. If they wanted to get a hold of you or somebody in the organization, how would they do that?
The best thing to do is go on to the World Wide Web, okay? And it's Motor Maids. Motor Maids Inc. INC, and then .org, O-R-G.
Okay.
And that should pull up our page. And on the page, you can read all about the bylaws and all the Constitution and everything. And then they have bukus of pictures that you can watch, and they're all ladies riders, so just doing that, and then they can go through and apply on an application on the web, and then they have to have a sponsor. So if they ever need a sponsor, just tell them to call Viva Sugar. You know?
Well, Viva, thank you so much for talking with me. It was really cool. I love the Motor Maids. I love you guys.
Yeah.
And you guys have a safe year this year.
Oh, we will. I swear we're going to rock.
Yeah.
I want 20,000 miles this year. And he
There
said,
you go.
that ain't going to help. And I said, yeah, it will.
I would love to be able to get 20,000
Oh,
this
I
year.
know. It'd be awesome,
It
wouldn't it? Yeah.
Thank you so
So
much.
thank you.
All right, VP, man, here we are. It's the Motorcycle Expo. We're at the pioneers of Hoosier motorcycling right here. I know things are a little bit different, but there's been a lot of people coming through here, man. How's your day been so far?
We've had a lot of foot traffic, a lot of people asking questions, coming up, looking at the different bikes that's all set up around here, looking at the trophies we have. It's been a good time, good turnout.
So what's it like? I mean, dude, please tell me this year you guys are celebrating with a lot of wild turkey, man, because it is 101. Is it not their 101st birthday for you guys?
This is our 101st year. Yesterday we celebrated our 100th year, being a club, being an AMA charter. We had a great year last year, and we're hoping to continue it on to this year.
Yeah, I was just thinking 101, man. That's wild turkey. 101.
Oh yeah.
I thought, well, if you guys aren't toasted with wild turkey, man, we got to talk to the president.
Oh, we'll have to get on that. That's for sure.
All right, now I know you guys. When I think of Midwest, I automatically think of. Now I live on the South Side, so I know exactly where. I pass by you guys' place all the time, right there on Harding Street. But I always think of you guys. It's either the Hangover Rally on the 1st.
Yep,
You're
first of every year.
1st of January. And then the other thing is the motorcycle swap meet. It's usually in April. It's what I've always said, the beginning of spring. That's when I know I don't worry about the groundhog. I don't worry about none of that other stuff. Once we have the Midwest motorcycle swap meet, I know then it is officially spring.
Yeah, we're having our 41st swap meet this year. We are doing it out at Danville Fairgrounds. It's April 13th and 14th. Come out and see us.
Cool. Now you guys, this is your 3rd or 4th year out there?
This is our 3rd year out there.
3rd year?
Yeah.
And how is that transition? I mean, you guys, for me, it was always the Marion County Fairgrounds. That's where you guys were at forever.
Oh yeah.
But I knew you guys made the move over to, is it Hendricks County Fairgrounds?
Yeah, it's Hendricks County Fairgrounds.
But it's over in Danville, but.
Yeah, right there in Danville. It's been great. First couple of years, it was slow getting a lot of people to realize we moved out there.
It's hard.
But now that we've moved out there and established ourselves, a lot of people are coming out, and we're getting a lot of the vendors back, and we've even upgraded it to where now we're having some of the dealers come out and show off some of their bikes.
Nice. Very good. Yeah, because we kind of missed that a little bit with this not an official expo, even though it is a motorsports thing and there are motorsports out here. We do kind of miss a little bit of that.
Oh yeah.
So I'm glad you guys are kind of picking up a little bit of that slack and saying, you know what, come on out.
Last year was our first year doing that, and this year we've got Dryer Motorsports and I believe it's RD3 that are the two
very good.
that are coming out there this year to show off some of the stuff that they got.
Good deal. Last year I got a fantastic deal. I needed front brake rotors for my bike. Now, I ride a 2000 Road King. It's got 170,000 miles on it. Original front rotors. Now, I'm one of those guys that uses nothing but front brake. I hardly ever use my back brake. They got so warped that finally the last 2 years, if I went with just a front brake, it about put you over the handlebar. I had to learn how to start using the back brake. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I found a pair up there, and I actually have new rotors on my bike for the first time.
I know they've got plenty of bike parts. I know that we've been having vests come out. People that are selling leather vests, jackets, all the riding gear that you need. We also have had people come out that have the patches.
Yeah.
We have people come out and sew the patches on and all that stuff. So
I know Crambos was out there last year.
Yep, Crambos was out there last year. I don't think he's going to make it out this year. But
He's grouchy now anyway. You know, yeah,
we still love our Crambos. He helps us out a lot with our hangover rally. He always donates stuff, and we always have a good working relationship with him. So.
Chris Crampy's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I kid him all the time. Last year, I think it was at the swap meet, I was calling him Grumpy Santa. I was like, Grumpy Santa. And, you know, he's so overworked right now. I mean, my God, he doesn't have time to do anything anymore. He is working constantly. And you know what they say, all work, no play, does make you a grouchy boy.
That's no fun.
No, it isn't. Well, I guarantee you we'll be out there at some point in time, Steel Horse Thunder, that is, out there at the swap meet.
Well, we
I
look
like to bring the
forward to
cameras out there and roll them out there. We always have a blast with you guys out there. And thanks so much for taking time to talk to us.
Thank you very much.
All right, man. We're here in Indianapolis at the Boat Sport and Travel Show. We're in the motorsports area. We've got the youngsters out on little motorcycles out here. We are with Abate of Indiana. Just give me a brief explanation of what Abate of Indiana is.
All right. Abate of Indiana is American Bikers Aimed Towards Education. We are a motorcycle rights, education, and philanthropy group in that order. So we take care of rights at the State House. We're always on top of things to make sure nothing gets pushed through that's going to impact us in a negative way, and make sure that we have things that do impact us in a positive way happening. We do rider ed classes, so we do teach you how to ride. And anybody who needs a refresher, you know, I've talked to people who've rode for 30 years and said they learned something new in the class and something that can save their life in the future. Right. And then we do philanthropy. And then we also have our wonderful Tiny Tots Motorcycle Adventure to pretty much expose the youngest generation to motorcycling. We definitely feel like if we don't have that youngest generation try it and do it, the love of motorcycling could fade away one day. And be gone.
I agree 100%. I say it all the time. And you know, I saw the same thing happening in a lot of churches back in the day. It was, we don't want these young kids. We don't want, you know, back when I was the young kid with the long hair and all that stuff, we don't want them in here. This is not what we're looking for. And it's like, well, that's fine, because when all you old people die, this church is going to die, and there's not going to be anything left. It's the motorcycle community really is. It's like, it's the one place I can go to. I'm still not the oldest guy. You know what I'm saying? I walk in there and there's somebody there that's older than me. And it's like, you know, and there's a lot, there's not as many younger than me anymore that there used to be. And it's like, we better start bringing in some youngsters. Otherwise, like you said, how many charity rides do we go to every year? I mean, weekend after weekend, there's charity ride. That'll all fade away if we're not bringing in new people.
Absolutely. We need the new people. So, you know, it's just like anything else. If your parents take you fishing, you learn to fish and you fish. If your parents take you hunting, you're a hunter. If your parents take you motorcycling, great. But if your parents don't take you motorcycling, you may never get on a bike. So we feel like if we at least expose this youngest generation to trying it and experience it on their own, they may find a love and continue the sport on for decades and decades to come.
Yeah, well, this is super cool what you guys got set up out here for the kids to get out here and try all this. I think it's really good, and I think it's good for the parents to be able to see it too. And
absolutely.
And you know what I mean? You know, I had everybody in my family go through Abate's riding course. So I don't care if you ever ride a motorcycle a day in your life. I want you to go through the course. You're going to understand what motorcyclists are doing when they're out there on the road. You know why they're doing it. And you're gonna see that motorcycle faster than somebody that hasn't gone through this course.
Absolutely. We feel the same exact way. We feel like we need to get people exposed to it. We need to get people trying it. We need to get people educated. Don't just jump on a bike and have your uncle show you something, because you may pick up some bad habits you don't know you're picking up. So we'd love to put you through a rider's course so that you can be safe, other people around you can be safe, which is ideal. You know, and I've talked to people who have rode for 30 years. They said, oh, you know, I took that course and I definitely learned something. I picked something new up. I've talked to people who said, what I learned through the Abate course saved my life when I had an altercation, when something did pop up. I knew exactly what to do, and that's great. And that's what we need.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
Now, there's something else you guys do every year that's kind of fun too, and that is the boogie.
We do the boogie.
Tell me a little bit about the boogie.
So our boogie is our big fundraiser. It's our rally, but it is our big fundraiser. It's how we raise some money to keep the organization going and supporting all of our causes and motorcycle rights. So it's a fun, adult-oriented, 18 and over type festival in the summer. It is held at a park that we own called Lawrence County Recreational Park, which is 400 acres of off-road riding normally during the year, which anybody can go to. You can go for the day, you can go camp out. We have facilities, but during mid-July, we shut it down and we perform the boogie. The boogie is fantastic. So you got to think of it as a live and let live society. You come in and camp out. It is typically Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but if you do purchase an RV spot, you get to come in a day early on Wednesday.
Okay.
We have all kinds of activities you can participate in for free once you're inside the gate. We have a bike show, we have mini bike games, we have dirt drags, we have rodeo games, we have arm wrestling, a tattoo contest, all kinds of fun activities that are totally free to the participants. We do have live music, although we're a motorcycle organization, but we do entertain you while you're there. We have food vendors and other vendors, so we're a complete one-stop shop. We have shower house and bathrooms and full RV hookup with a dump station and everything. So come hang out at the boogie with us and have an amazing time. I went to my first boogie 32 years ago and was literally planning on what I was packing and not packing on my ride home for the following year. I'm very addicted, so I've been back ever since, and that's how it's gonna be. I have made friends. I made friends some 32 years ago with the people who camped next to us from Michigan, and I'm still friends with my people from Augusta, Michigan, even to this day.
Isn't that great? That's what I love about it. And in all honesty, and I say to everybody all the time, they're like, well, it's really not for me. I was like, well, then you haven't been to the boogie since it's been moved to the Lawrence County Park, because like you said, 400 acres. If you want alone time, you get plenty of alone time.
Absolutely.
If you want to be
quiet
with a bunch of people, if you want crazy, absolutely crazy, you got that.
Yep.
But if you want to back off of that, you can. That was my whole thing when it was over in Bean Blossom, much smaller area.
Yeah.
You were
200 acres there.
And if you didn't want to get out of crazy, there was no
tough.
choice.
It was tough.
And so for me, that's why I tell people all the time. I said, now I always say this, and again, most people know I am a Christian minister and all that, but I always say, if you need to try it once, and you need to make a lap through the entire place one time. You've got to experience it. Listen, if you don't like it, then you don't have to go do it again.
Right.
Find your own place, but like I said, you got Christian motorcyclists out there, you got wild, crazy people out there, you got other people that just came out that want to rock and roll because they enjoy some of the bands that you guys get to come out there. It's a little bit of everybody out there, and that's why I tell it, and I absolutely love it at the new facility. And I know it's not even that new. How long have you guys been out there?
2001 was our first year to move over to the property. We had literally 3 months to put the property together from raw land. So it was rough in the beginning, but we have spent these last years, all these years, improving and improving and improving our roads, improving lighting, improving bathrooms, structures. We have all kinds of really nice improvements. We have a wonderful property manager who has been working on roads and trees and all these things all over the years. So it's a little bit for everything for everyone. If you want to be super mild to super wild and everything in between, no one's going to make you do anything you don't want to do. No one's going to ask you to participate in anything you don't want to participate in. But it's great people watching. If you just want to sit on the side of the road and watch the world go by, you're going to see people and bikes and all kinds of interesting things. Or you could participate in a game or two, or just chill at camp. It's everything for everyone. It's a fantastic time.
It is. It's very good. And I can't believe you guys have been out there since 01. Here I am calling it the new facility. Yikes.
It's been a minute.
Wow. I know. Gotten old.
And we've been improving along the way. I know a lot of people, the first year was rough. We only had a few months to make something out of this property. Over the years, it has progressed. So if you haven't been since like 01 or 02, please come back. Please check out the new facility. See all the wonderful improvements we have done to this land, to this park. It's a big change. Big change over the years.
All right, now I know you guys got something else going on. What else is going on? This is coming up not too, my gosh, it's only a couple weeks away now?
About a month, about 4 weeks-ish.
Is that what it is, 4 weeks?
Yep. So everybody's talking about the eclipse, right? We know the eclipse is going to come right through central Indiana, and everybody's hot on it. Now, we are having a total eclipse party. We have found out that where we are located, we have the most totality in the county. Nice. So just over 4 minutes, at 3 minutes, 0.8, I think it is. So we are having a party. You can camp out. We do have RV hookup. We have shower house. There is going to be some music and food vendors and other things going on. So come out to our Eclipse party. We are not overly crowded yet. We have not sold out just yet. So if you're looking at hotels for the Eclipse, they are outrageous. Please come and see us in Lawrence County because we're going to have a blast for this once in a lifetime. This is not going to happen again in a lot of our lifetimes, right? So this is it, people. Come out and see us at our Eclipse party. Have some fun, camp out, bring your little dirt bikes, bring them out, have some fun. And you can find this on the website as well. So if you're seeing it now but you need more information, just go to abateonline.org. And there is a link there for Lawrence County, and our Eclipse party is there.
That's super cool. That's a fantastic idea.
Yep.
Because I live kind of south anyway, so I know you guys are right on the line there. So
come on out.
We may have to make a trip down there.
Just under 4 minutes of totality. Come on out.
It's going to be pretty cool.
It is going to be a good time.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us, and thank you guys for every year, not only what you do here in the Boogie, but what you do at the State House. I know you guys just did the Kids Day at the State House.
We had an Adults Day and a Kids Day recently. We do that always in the spring. Adult Day is first, Kids Day is second. For the adults, we encourage you to go meet your legislators. We have some talking points and different things that we are concerned about in that legislative session, if there is anything. Kids Day is purely educational for the kids. They learn how bills are made. They learn a lot about our State House. There's a lot of neat secret information about our State House building, and they take them on the full tour and educate them about the building. Super fun time. Plus, for children, it is an authorized day off work or off school because it's educational.
Nice.
So if you need to pull your kid out of school, because it is on a weekday, the office can produce for you a paper to give to the school that says your kid is on an educational activity at the State House and they get to get off school for that day.
No, well, thank you so much, and I'll let you get back to work, but thanks for talking to us.
Oh, thanks for having us. You guys are great. Thank you so much.
Well, Cindy, I know it's not the same as when we had the actual motorcycle expo year after year after year here, but there was still a lot of cool stuff going on, man. Loved seeing everybody from Abate and the Hoosier Pioneer motorcycle people, and just a good time. I'm looking at these Sea-Doos right here.
Right.
Flat Out was a sponsor of the Steel Horse Show for many, many years, and that's the only regret I have is we never got a chance to take one of these Sea-Doos out. So what's your thoughts this year?
It's the motorcycling of water.
It is. It is. If this world flooded and you wanted to be a badass biker,
You'd be on a Sea-Doo.
you'd be on a Sea-Doo. That's right. Biker-doo.
Biker-Doo.
Biker-doo. All right.
Funny.
Cindy. So what'd you think about Motorsport Travel Show?
I thought it was good. It was very busy. I know they had some slow days, they said, but today was very busy. I heard last Saturday was very busy, even though the snow is here. So, it's been pretty cool.
Super cool, man.
Good job again.
It is. And so before we say goodbye, I just want to say thank you to Roy Rogers Heating and Air. Thank you guys. Not only are you a sponsor in the show, but you took care of our furnace floors back when we were having frigid cold weather. And thank you so much. But if you're out there, if you're in the need of heating or air work, Roy Rogers heatingandair.com. You know what they say? Giddy-up. They don't really say that. I just say that. They don't say that. But
hey, I want to give a shout out to Todd Renfro, who puts on this event every year. And
so we call him now, Todd Renfro?
That's what we're going to call him.
All
Thanks, Todd.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you for Renfro Productions for what you do out here. You put on a heck of a show. Renfro Productions, fantastic. All right, Cindy. Listen, I know we're not on motorcycles and we're out here right now looking at Sea-Doos, but you know what? I still got to say it. It's not what you ride.
It's that you ride.